Over the past few months, Ancona has become my home away from home, and today I want to share its beauty with you. Welcome to Ancona. I hope that you will feel as welcome in this city as I have, and that you will create memories here as special as the ones I'll always carry with me. Ancona is a city that lives and breathes the sea. The Adriatic isn't just a part of the view, but it shapes the city's history, culture, and everyday life. Here, the city isn't just water. It's a feeling, a way of life. It is the heart of Ancona. One of the things I'll miss most about this city are the breathtaking sunrises and sunsets over the sea. There's something unforgettable about watching the sunset with people from all over the world that you have created a connection with. My favorite place to see the sunset is the Red Lighthouse, a little gem in the big port of Ancona. I love to go there and watch the sunset while the boats slide in and out of the harbor. It's a peaceful spot. It's just me and the sea. Another great spot on the port of Ancona is the Arch of Traian, a monument that never fails to impress me, and not only because of its beauty. Every time I pass through there, I stop for a moment to admire the remnants of the old city. On the other side of the port, embracing the city like a big hug, stands the Mole Vanvitelliana, one of my favorite places for culture and art. I love coming here, whether to see an interesting exhibition, enjoy a beautiful concert, or just chill with my friends. From the moment I stepped into Ancona, I was surrounded by its ancient soul. With every walk through the city center, history surrounds you. The crossroads of cultures that shape this place are visible at every turn. Did you know Ancona was founded by the Greeks? Whenever I try to take a break and reconnect with nature, Cardeto and Conero Park are my go-to places. Hiking along their trails, enjoying picnics with my friends, makes me feel free and recharged. Plus, the views never disappoint. Back on the big boulevard, we finally head to Paseto, Ancona's most iconic landmark, where the city meets the sea in amazing view. Walking down the grand staircase to the beach is a path I've taken many times, enjoying the slow rhythm of life, while the fishermen's caves whisper stories of the sea. Ancona is a city of connections. The knot is more than just a symbol of the port. It represents the countless friendships, relationships, and bonds I've built here over time. This city has a remarkable way of bringing people together, creating a sense of community. Wherever you come from, Ancona welcomes you with open arms. I hope that, just as I did, you will create unforgettable memories and friendships that last a lifetime. Once again, welcome to Ancona.
chiesto che escano dal fondo in modo che noi possiamo già... Ok, vai. E gli altri di là? No, Oh. Il leggio. Tieni questo. Scendi. Guarda se sei libera. Appena la foto ti dice quando sta per entrare la presentatrice, però tu prima dammi luce sul palco. Ok, luce sul palco.
Erasmus generation, how are you feeling? What an audience! What an audience we have here today at Teatro delle Muse. 1,500 participants and connected from home as well, representing 35 plus nationalities. We have institutional stakeholders, volunteers, students, universities, alumni. Welcome to AGM Ancona 2025! We've seen from the video we're in the beautiful city of Ancona. Imagine Mount Conero behind you and the Adriatic Sea right in front of you. Ancona is the perfect Erasmus city, a city of connections, a port that has welcomed travelers generation after generation. And today, it is welcoming us here. Ancona, as I said, is Erasmus. It's connections. It's what we represent here today. In the public, is there the organizing committee of AGM Ancona 2025? Can we give them a big round of applause? Thank you for hosting us here today. You've seen during the flag parade how vibrant and dynamic it is. Ancona is your window to the Mediterranean and the world. Now, let me ask, as Ancona is a city of connections, the Erasmus Plus program is also all about connections. By raise of hands, how many of you did an Erasmus experience? And now let me hear you. Did it change you? Well, I must say it definitely changed me, because I am one of those strange people that joined ESN even before going on Erasmus. Indeed. I finished university and, I was trying to go abroad, but then application after application, I was rejected. And I had therefore to stay in my hometown, Milan. I was looking for an international environment, a place where I could be surrounded by European and international students. That's when I discovered ESN. It was thanks to those rejections. By the way, I am Martina Bo, and today I will be your Master of Ceremony. I'm a proud Italian, as you can probably guess from my accent, a proud European, and I'm very happy to be here with all of you. Thank you. Eventually, I did manage to study abroad. It was thanks to the Erasmus Plus program. I packed my suitcase full of dreams, said goodbye to my parents, and went... Are there any Spanish in the room? Well, I was hosted by beautiful Madrid. Hey, ole! And when I got back home, I said, no, I want more. And therefore, I decided to leave again as the first cohort of participating in a European university degree. I was hosted by any French in the room. Your beautiful capital, Paris, hosted me, and it remained in my heart. At every departure, yes, I was leaving something behind, but I was gaining so much more in terms of skills, in terms of who I am today. Thanks to these experiences, I had the chance to work for the Italian Chamber of Commerce in the Dominican Republic, in the European Commission, and today I'm a young professional advising EU institutions in Luxembourg. So the Erasmus Plus program really changed me. And DSN, well, it was with me at every step of the journey. Today, I'm the liaison officer for the Americas, and together with my fellow LOs in the audience, we try to build bridges between regions. We try to foster positive change, because that's what we do. We are the Erasmus generation, and we try to create bridges between regions. We create positive impact. Just look around you. What I see is a room full of change makers. Also, a room of strangers that in a few days will become best friends. Just wait and see. You know, in today's multipolar world, the power of connection is so strong. The world is characterized by wars, pandemics, climate change, shifting agendas, and these problems cannot be solved alone, but united, together. That's why mobility programs are so relevant, because they foster these connections. They equip us with the right skills for the future of work. Let me give you some examples. Are there any universities in the room? Nice. Juan was the strongest, I could hear him. Well, thanks to the work of your rector, international relations office, administrative and academic staff, you foster the connections, the alliances between universities, and allow the students to go and study abroad via international credit mobility schemes, European university alliances, and the Erasmus Plus program. Now, any students in the room? Well, you are the ones who take a leap into the unknown. And once you go abroad, you make new friends. Sometimes you even fall in love. And you foster multicultural understanding. Here in the front rows, any institutions and policymakers? I know they're here. Well, it's thanks to you that we have the policies that face and shape the future of tomorrow. So thank you. But last but not least, are there any volunteers in the room? Thanks to your day-to-day work, you support Erasmus and non-Erasmus students to be integrated in your host city and host country. Because together, we can create truly global citizens. We are different, yet we are united by the same purpose. We are the generation who is not afraid of taking a leap into the unknown. We wander, but we are not lost, because we have mobility as our compass. We leave a piece of our heart every time we go abroad. But by doing so, we scatter seeds that blossom into flowers. We believe in the enrichment of society for international students. We are the Erasmus generation, and we shall not be stopped. Now, what an event we have in front of us. You see, this year's theme is all about guiding the waves of change. So understanding how to make change in your local realities and fostering those global connections and links. Are there any first-timers here at AGM? Well, I want to speak to all of you. Take every session, every moment, as an opportunity, one, to connect, two, to build skills, and three, to make your ideas travel. And don't stop here in this auditorium. Once you go out, shout it in the streets and to the world, because you are the true change makers. Act as multipliers. And I'll give you an example of how one voice, and together the voices of many, can really make a difference. If I say, ESN, 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 thank you. What happens in Ancona will not stay in Ancona. Thank you very much. Welcome. This is the largest student-led conference. It is the largest Erasmus Plus gathering, and it is a celebration, both for the Erasmus Plus program, but also of the 36 years of our association. So what better way to celebrate if not with the words of an institution that has been supporting us since the beginning? Here today, we have a video message from the European Commission, Directorate General for Education, Youth, Sports and Culture. Please welcome Pia Arenkinde Hansen.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear Erasmus Plus alumni, it's a great pleasure to join you at today's Erasmus Generation meeting. Let me start by thanking the Erasmus Student Network and your volunteers for organizing today's event. This gathering is an excellent opportunity to map out all that Erasmus Plus and our Erasmus Generation have achieved until now. It offers an occasion to pool ideas on how together we can step up our future action and enable Erasmus Plus to continue to strengthen and grow, but also evolving, having a central role in addressing shared challenges of our time. Stepping up the EU's fight against climate change is of course part of these challenges, as is the accelerating digitalization of our societies. This also goes for promoting inclusion and diversity, and empowering Europeans as active citizens equipped to shape Europe's future. These Erasmus Plus priorities are key enablers for the EU's overarching political vision to shore up Europe's sustainable prosperity, its democracy, and social fairness, and to strengthen our Union's preparedness, its defense and security at a time of heightened geopolitical instability, where everything we do to strengthen Europe's autonomy counts. To realize this shared vision, we must empower young generations who are Europe's future change makers to realize the transformations which will keep our Union strong. Our work under Erasmus Plus already goes a long way. Under the program, we provide young people with opportunities to study and to train abroad, to contribute to organizations' work through youth exchanges, and to explore Europe through Discover EU. Since 1987, 16 million people, or more than that now, have benefited from these and other opportunities under the program. But to achieve our ambitious vision for Europe's future, we need to take our Erasmus Plus to the next level. Last month, Executive Vice President Roxana Minzato launched the Commission's Union of Skills package. The Union of Skills sets a new level of aspiration for our community's work. Under this guiding strategy, we will step up our efforts to empower young people as actors of change by equipping them with the skills needed to drive the EU's sustainable prosperity and to strengthen European democracy and security. Under Erasmus Plus and other EU programs, we will test a series of new actions. Building on the existing collaboration between higher education and the private sector, we will test transnational university business partnerships. These partnerships will work together to address skills gaps on the labour market. Alongside this, we will continue to work with EU member states towards establishing a European degree which allows universities, students and researchers to benefit from deeper collaboration in European higher education. And last but not least, inspired by the advances that we are making in higher education, we will pilot deeper European cooperation in vocational education and training, with the ambition of testing a European VET diploma or label. We are currently thinking of how we best make evolve and strengthen Erasmus Plus under the next long-term EU budget, to ensure that it remains fit for purpose, agile, but also effective in a fast-changing world. And your views are invaluable to these reflections. I invite you all to contribute to the consultation on the EU's next long-term EU budget before the 6th of May. Dear everyone, let me thank you wholeheartedly for bringing us together today, not only to celebrate achievements, but also to reflect on the way forward. We count on your continued engagement to shape Europe's future together.
Thank you for these words, Pia. As mentioned during the video, universities are the perfect institutions to equip students with the right skills to thrive in the future of work. The Erasmus Plus program was born as an alliance between universities. Our association was born within a university. So it is with great pleasure that I'm welcoming on the stage here today a person that has dedicated his entire life to universities. He's the rector of Università Politecnica delle Marche. He is Professor Gianluca Gregori.
Thank you very much, really, for all.
Thank you.
Wonderful, really wonderful. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. We are really very honored by your presence here. Distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, and dear volunteers and students. It's with great pride and enthusiasm that I welcome you all to the opening ceremony of the Erasmus Generation Meeting 2025 here in Ancona. As rector of this university, it's a privilege to host this remarkable gathering of young change makers. You are the true change maker, really, from across Europe and beyond. Only some information about our university. We are characterized by 5 different cultural areas: medicine, engineering, economics, agriculture, and science. About 18,000 of students and 2,700 people. This year, EGM theme, Empowering Youth as the Change Maker of Society, resonates deeply with our values. We have many sites in all the region, from the southern to the northern part. The 2 pillars of this meeting, active participation in local communities and the impact of youth work on internationalization, are central to what we strive for as a university. We believe that education is not confined to classrooms, and is very important. It extends into communities and across borders, and regarding all the institutions. The Erasmus generation embodies this spirit by breaking barriers, fostering cultural exchange, and building bridges between nations. In our university, we are proud to contribute to this ideal through initiatives like Campus World. We started this program more than 20 years ago. It was quite a pioneering initiative when Erasmus Mobility for Traineeship was not existent. Yet we launched this program, enabling our students to gain international experience by connecting them with internships and research opportunities all over the world. About 90% of Campus World trainees are employed after 6 months from their internship. To all the young participants here today, your experiences as part of the Erasmus generation have given you a unique mindset. You are not just students. As I have just said, you are change makers with the power to shape a more inclusive, sustainable, and connected world. Let this meeting inspire you to dream big and act boldly. As we look ahead, I am optimistic. We have to be optimistic about the future of international mobility in Italy and Europe. Programs like Erasmus Plus continue to be successful. In closing, I extend my gratitude to all those who have organized this event and brought us together today. May this meeting be a source of inspiration, learning, and lasting connections for all. Thank you and welcome once again to Ancona, but I want only to say this. Together, a common strategy for a united Europe, and especially for the peace that we really want, all together. Thank you very much, really. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. As Ancona, also Italy is renowned for its beauty, its culture, its music. And every time we go on Erasmus, we usually have an Erasmus song that stays with us, remembering, let's say, the experience. If you've been on Erasmus in Italy, there is one song that we particularly like. Do you know Sarà perché ti amo? So if I say, che confusione, è un'emozione che cresce piano piano, stringimi forte e stammi più vicino, se ci sto bene. Nice! So it's with this energy that I like to introduce the next cultural moment. We will be immersed in the traditional songs and dances of the Marche region and of the entire Italy. So please welcome Urbanitas Folk Group. Carichissimo.
Ballate balleri, fate la sala, lo primo allo tocca la padrona, che con lo cuore sua la manti chiama.
At the international dinner, I want you like this, eh? Now, Ancona is not only art, culture, music, but it is also innovation, architecture, gastronomy, and people. And there is one person here today present that works day and night to make sure that Ancona is as welcoming as you see it. Please welcome on stage the mayor of Ancona, Daniele Silvetti.
Dear participants, dear organizers, esteemed authorities, it is with great pleasure and honor that I welcome you to our city of Ancona, a place that over the centuries has been a crossroads of cultures and exchanges. Ancona is known as the gate to the East, a name rooted in our history when our port was a reference point for trade and exchange with the East. This city has witnessed ships arriving from distant lands, bringing with them ideas, goods, and different cultures, making Ancona a meeting point between the West and the East. Today, Ancona continues to embody this spirit of hospitality and openness, hosting the Erasmus Generation Meeting 2025, an event that celebrates the meeting of young people from all over Europe. During these days, you will not only have the opportunity to explore our city, but also the chance to discover the importance of a cultural exchange, which, just like our port, have the ability to unite different worlds and enrich the lives of those who take part in them. Your participation to this event is a testimony to how event days, student mobility, and intercultural dialogue are essential tools for building a more united, inclusive, and prosperous Europe. Ancona, with its story of exchange and connections between distant worlds, is the ideal setting for an event like yours, which celebrates the idea of a Europe without borders, where diversity is seen as a value and not as an obstacle. I sincerely thank ESN and all the organizers for choosing our city as the venue for the important event. It is you, with your enthusiasm and desire for change, who are making this Erasmus generation a driving force of transformation across the entire continent. During these days, I invite you to explore not only the monuments and beauties of Ancona, but also to fully experience the sense of community and the belonging in their areas from sharing our experiences. Be aware that every meeting, every exchange of ideas, every new friendship that will blossom during this event will contribute to build a stronger and closer Europe. Welcome to Ancona, to Gate to the East, which is opening you its doors today, just like it has done for centuries in the past. Ancona opens itself in order to offer each and every one of you new possibilities, new experiences, and most importantly, new friendships. Welcome to Ancona, welcome Europe.
Thank you for your words, Mayor. Welcome to Ancona, welcome to Europe, but also welcome to the region of Marche. You know, the Marche region is the birthplace of so many artists, from Bramante, Raffaello, Leopardi. Basically, all my high school exam nightmares were born in this region. And to tell us a little bit more about the beauty of the Marche, we have a special guest here today. Please welcome on stage Chiara Biondi, the councillor of the region of the Marche. Benvenuta.
It's a great honor for the region of Marche to welcome the 2025 edition to the Erasmus Generation Meeting, one of the most important international events that promote youth mobility, cultural exchange, and Erasmus Plus program. From the beginning, our region strongly supported Ancona's candidates, fully backing the proposal and is an Ancona. We are proud that Ancona was chosen as the host city, ranking first in Italy in the competitive process. This is a great achievement both of region and country, recognize and hard work of young volunteers and local institutions. Today, as we officially open this important event, welcoming over 1,200 participants from across Europe, we reaffirm our commitment. Through our regional program for youth politics, we provide not only financial support but also strong encouragement. We believe in a region that is open to the world, investing in young people and their active role in society. The theme of this edition, Empowering You as the Change Maker of Society, is especially meaningful. Active participation, international experience, volunteering, and youth initiative have powerful forces for positive change, and we are committed to supporting them. During this day, Ancona became the capital of Erasmus Generation, a place where people connected, share ideas, and build in the future. As the region of Marche, we are proud to stand with to create bridges between culture and work for a fair, more inclusive and more aware Europe. To all participants, I extend a warm welcome and my best wishes for inspiring and enriching experience. My ways for change start here in the heart of Marche region.
Thank you, Councillor. We move from the local to the regional and now to the national level. It is with great honor that I welcome here on stage a strong advocate of the Erasmus Plus program, an ally of ESN, and most importantly, a friend. She's the Erasmus Plus coordinator at Indire. She's Sara Paiai. You must know that Sara last year told us about diversity and unity. She brought the Erasmus Orchestra, so we can't wait to hear what you have prepared for us today. Welcome.
Grazie Martina. Thank you everybody. Good afternoon. Really, I'm really full of emotion to be with you. This is a very special audience. I'm very used to speak about Erasmus program and the opportunities, but to speak in front of you, I'm really full of emotion. We always say that Erasmus is a success. You are the tangible, the concrete evidence that Erasmus is really a big success. A big applause to all of you. Yeah, last year I was in Sevilla with the Erasmus Orchestra, that is one of our idea at Italian and European level to gather together the students for higher education of music. Today I'm without the orchestra because there was this very nice music of the region of Market and also of the university. So it was really a big inspiration. I wanted just to share with you some thoughts, because this event happened in a crucial moment. I don't want to say critical moment, but crucial. We are at the moment in which we as national agencies and European Commission had an overview on the assessment of the interim of this actual program, Erasmus Plus 2021-2027, but we are thinking about the future. As you have heard, Erasmus is a success. It is 16 million of people since 1987 that had the opportunity to study, to train in another country. So big success, big exchange. Erasmus changes the mind of the people, open the mind of the people, enriching lives, and make our European citizens grow. But we have to look at the future. We have to go a step forward. As our Director General, Pia, said in the opening speech, we have to go a step beyond, thinking about the union of skills, thinking how the Erasmus program can make our citizen, our young generation stronger, competitive, and available, and make them available to face the new challenges we are facing at European and at international level. But then another point that I consider important when thinking about the future, it is that Erasmus really made us a better European citizens. So the people who had this experience are feeling more at home in this Europe, and the Erasmus generation really believes in the unity of Europe, which is, I think, very important in this critical moment. So what we have to do at the level of the national agency, together with the European Commission, we are working to make the future of the Erasmus even more inclusive, even more simple, just to let's say, touch even those who are now quite hard to reach, and to make the program more inclusive, even in terms of more financing, we hope. And that is where it is important also to work together as a big network of people. I really think that you have a say now. We have this consultation that European Commission launched. You have to go in and say your voice. It is important in this moment in which the European Council is discussing the future budget of the European Union, to make our voice heard, that €1 spent in Erasmus is really very, very, very valuable. So here I think that we have to work together, and I'm really, Martina said that we are friends, and it is true, because at Italian level, but also at European level, the Italian National Agency is working in a very close connection with the Italy ESN and with the ESN at the European level, especially on the priority of citizenship and to make the Erasmus program as a powerful tool to promote European citizens and a stronger Europe in which peace is important. So for really making together a big effort to make our program stay strong, even stronger, and make our Europe to be peaceful and more united. That is what I really wish to each of us, and in this moment, but also in the next few days and in the next future. I really would like to share with you your experience. I really would like to have your suggestions, and please, now it is time to spread the voice, to make an action. Those of you who had many things from European Union, now it is time to do some action. So have a nice Erasmus Generation meeting, have a nice day in Ancona, and let's be together for the future of the Erasmus. Thank you very much. Grazie mille.
Thank you, Sara, as always, for inspiring us. But now, what does it mean to be a member of the Erasmus generation? If we close our eyes and imagine Torre dell'Oro in the distance, Guadalquivir, and people singing Sevilla tiene un colore especial, well, now, today, we have the pleasure to see the after movie of EGM Seville 2024, where every step tells a story. EGM Seville.
Dear Erasmus generation, this is the biggest student-led conference in Europe. Over 1,000 European students to celebrate the great potential of our flagship Erasmus. I can only but congratulate the people who are part of this European success story for being pioneers in shaping this more vibrant, live, bright future for all of us. So my first advice is keep going and don't stop dreaming. My job focuses on ensuring that people remain at the heart of everything we do.
We can create a brighter, more inclusive future for all generations to come.
The Europe of the future will be designed in the present. I encourage you to be an active part of this process.
A union where people and ideas can travel freely and in peace.
This is my first EGM, and so far it's really great.
Everyone is so welcoming and kind.
All those people volunteering make me feel like I'm not alone. You can feel the international vibe, and it's a lot of fun. It's amazing. It's the meeting point of all the Erasmus generation. So far, so good. I'm speechless, honestly. Everything is amazing, everything is perfect.
We're ready to make history here as well. You know, Seville was one of the Erasmus destination finalists, title that is currently held by Porto. Anyone? And this year we have so many other finalists. Let's see if I find them in the audience. Aarhus, yes, and Denmark. And now, Riga from Latvia. What about Tallinn from Estonia? Ready? Wrocław from Poland. And last but not least, Łódź from Poland as well. Now, for the first time ever in AGM, we have a break. So I urge you to go and discover the finalists, to relax, maybe have a nice apéro, and come back even more energized, because there are lots of surprises for the second part. See you later. 10 minutes. Welcome back. Let's try again. Erasmus generation, how are you feeling? Oh, much better, much better. As you slowly take the seat, we hope you relaxed and are ready for the second part of this show. We have lots of surprises. And what better way to start than by talking about education? Education is the tool to change the world, and with it, mobility. So here today, we have a special speaker connected online. She is the UNESCO Assistant Director General for Education. She is Stefania Giannini.
Dear students, dear colleagues and dear friends, it's a great pleasure to address you for this fourth edition of the Erasmus Generation Meeting, Europe's largest student-led conference. You are part of a remarkable movement, young people who are shaping the future of Europe and the world. At UNESCO, we believe education is the most powerful force for peace, sustainable development, and realizing human potential. And international mobility plays a key role. It broadens horizon, it fosters solidarity, and strengthens our shared sense of belonging. The Erasmus Plus program is an inspiring example of this. By promoting mobility, intercultural exchange, and civic engagement, it empowers young people with the skills and the perspectives to meet today's global challenges, from climate change to digital transformation. And the latest Erasmus Student Network survey makes very clear, studying abroad deepens young people's connection to Europe and to the world. But we know we can and we must do more. While the number of students enrolled in higher education has more than doubled in the past 2 decades, from 100 million to over 260 million this year, less than 3% study abroad. That is why UNESCO is working to break down the barriers to mobility. Our Global Convention on Higher Education, now ratified by 36 countries, supports a fair and transparent recognition of qualifications and facilitates mobility for millions of students and researchers worldwide. Because we share your vision of a world where mobility is not a privilege, but a real, concrete opportunity open to all. As change makers, as young people, your voice and your vision matter. You are shaping the future of education, you are shaping the future of Europe, and you are contributing dramatically to the future of the world. We are standing with you. UNESCO stands with you. And I wish you an inspiring meeting and a great success in your work. Grazie mille.
Thank you, Stefania. She spoke about the future of international mobility, and here today we have a very special panel prepared for you, because 2025 is a very significant year. The discussions on the new Erasmus Plus program are underway. The European Commission has launched several flagship initiatives, from the Union of Skills to the European University degrees, but there is still so much that has to be improved. I'm going to invite on the stage people that on their daily life make a positive impact and change the future of international mobility. So help me in welcoming Gökay Bariaknek from ESN Turkey, an education community manager. Welcome. We also have a very special person, Jude Waits, President of United Kingdom. Welcome, Jude. Join me on stage. And last but not least, maybe even more special, especially for the city of Ancona and the university. She is Silvia Mangialardo, Head of International Relations Office of the Università Politecnica delle Marche. Welcome. So how are you feeling? Thank you for joining me here on stage today. Are you good? Okay. Well, maybe to break the ice a little bit, you've seen that I love songs, so I would like to see what is your Erasmus song. What is the song that, according to you, represents the future of international mobility? No need to sing it. You can tell me the singer, the name, and maybe a little bit about yourselves as well.
Should I start? Yes. Hello, everybody. It's such a privilege to be here, to be honest. I'm so excited to see this beautiful crowd here in Ancona. I'm Gökay. I'm the education community manager, as you said. I was the president of ESN Turkey last year. Thank you. They're so far. Love you guys. My song is Firestarter, actually. It is probably an unknown song, but the name of the song especially and what it says is inspiring me because we are change makers, and I feel like Firestarters is giving us the idea that we are all trying to change something, trying to work for the betterment, and we are firing starting a fire to enlighten the future. So that's why I liked and I choose this song.
Thank you so much for sharing. And very interesting name of a band, I must say. We will tell it maybe in the break.
You can ask me in private.
Jude, what about you?
So obviously, first to introduce myself, I'm Jude, so I'm the president of ESN UK. This was a tough one. I asked my board the other night, what song should I say? And I think one of them that got suggested that kind of reflects the UK is probably, I was thinking something British, which was Help by the Beatles, I think sums up our situation. But for me personally, when I was younger, my dad used to play a lot of Simon and Garfunkel, and there's a Simon and Garfunkel track called America. We've got one Simon and Garfunkel fan in the room, which is about kind of going out, finding a new life, finding new things, like figuratively finding America. Maybe not mobility in America these days, but kind of finding a new place to live your life, and I thought that summed it up quite well.
Lovely. Thank you, Jude. And now, last but not least, Silvia.
Yes, first of all, let me say that I imagine this was impressive, but it's magnificent. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
As Martina has already introduced me, I'm Silvia. I'm the head of the International Relations Office of the Polytechnic University of Marche here in Ancona. And I had some thought about the song. I don't know, I didn't understand what is the title of yours.
The name of the song is Firestarter. It says I'm the Firestarter, the spark in the dust, and it goes on like that. So.
But is it Turkish?
No, it's in English.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tonight we can play it.
Yeah, we can play tonight.
What is the title again?
Firestarter. Firestarter.
Okay. No, because it's very similar to mine, so I wanted to be sure that you didn't keep my idea. I had some thought about that. I thought of songs inspiring change, discovering the world, but then actually I chose Firework by Katy Perry.
Oh, nice.
And the reason why I chose Firework is because you are powerful. You have a big potential. And this song is a metaphor of going on, being curious, discovering the world, ignite the light, because you are the change makers who are going to inspire all your peers. So thank you for this.
Wow, thank you, Silvia, for these words. And I think I want to start really with you, because you have been working with international mobility, Erasmus students for so many years now. Can you tell us what is so special about your job, and maybe what has to be improved still?
Okay, well, actually, I have been doing this job for 20 years now. And I have always worked in the internationalization field, supporting the implementation of internationalization strategies of this university. So mainly international student mobility, and then the development of international academic offer, like more programs in English to attract more and more exchange students, but also degree-seeking students. still the newcomers, double degrees, joint programs, innovative programs like blended intensive programs and so on and so forth. And last but not least, the European University, of which we are now proudly a partner. And I say hello to my partners over there, coming from all Europe. Thank you. What is special? We are changing lives. It has already been said. And I have seen people changing in 20 years, going away in a way and coming back totally different and with a wonderful path forward. So I cannot but be proud of this because, of course, it's not only my merit. I work in an institution, but I do it with enthusiasm every day because it's really inspiring to see what you can do through these programs. You know, it's like the psychological sense of community. I'm doing something for others because we live in the same community and we are all growing together. So that's thing I think is the special part. What can be improved? I hope I am mistaken, but I'm noting some decreasing maybe of interest. On the other side, an increasing of opportunities. So why? A little bit of disillusionment because of the recent things that happen in Europe and in the world. First the pandemic, the conflicts. The last 4 to 5 years have been very complicated. And, you know, the fact that some young people are not so curious as we were in the past, and I wish you to be forever, is a little bit worrying. That's why the collaboration with people like you, with associations, especially Erasmus Student Network, is particularly important because institutions to speak with young people need you. So I really hope that this collaboration and connection will continue more and more.
We are sure of this. Thank you so much, Silvia. Silvia mentioned that interest in the Erasmus Plus program and in mobility opportunities is decreasing. But if I come to you, Gökay, you come from a country, Turkey, that has a very high demand in mobility opportunities and in the Erasmus Plus program. However, unfortunately, there are still lots of challenges. Visa, one of the most relevant. So can you maybe tell us a little bit more what needs to be done to make the Erasmus Plus program and mobility opportunities really global and accessible?
Yes, of course. Thank you very much. First, I would like to ask, if possible, how many non-EU students are here? Can I see? So, as you can see, like, we are a mixture of like EU citizens, non-EU citizens, or like global citizens from everywhere from the world. And as you said, one of the main issues that I'm gonna also tackle today is the visa issues that we are facing for the mobility programs. It can be Erasmus Plus, it can be something short-term, it can be an ESC program, or however we wanna call it. And even for coming here, you know, to EGM or such conferences, we are facing the similar issues, unfortunately. I want to start with my own story, actually, and then I will elaborate on that. So I wanted to go to Erasmus in 2019. And I was going to Czech Republic, and hello guys. I went to Brno, and it was such a lovely city. Yes. But before going there, of course, you know, I had to make so many applications because originally, okay, I'm coming from the very east of Turkey where you don't really have opportunities. So I studied in a rural area in the elementary school where we had 60 people in one classroom, you know. So when you start discovering the world, of course you want to expand your horizons and you want to go abroad and you want to go to the different cities and understand the culture. Once I got enrolled to Czech Republic, I had to apply for visa, which I did, but then they told me that I have to wait for at least 60 days so I can get my approval. I applied in August because of the appointment system, and I was supposed to go in September. However, I couldn't get my visa on time and everything started, so I had to apply for a touristic visa from Italy, I just randomly chose. And I came to Italy, I went to Czech Republic, I started my Erasmus. I had 10 days only on my visa, so I had to come back, wait for my real visa, let's say long-term visa to come, and go back again. So it was a lot of, you know, financial problems, a lot of family problems. They were like, are you crazy? Why are you still going on, you know? And there were so many, of course, social problems that I faced because I couldn't join my, Erasmus experience on time, and it was really challenging for me. And if it wasn't for all these, things that I didn't go to Erasmus, I wouldn't be here right now. So I want you to put yourself in my shoes or people's shoes that are like me. I would say, imagine that you wouldn't be here, you wouldn't even have this opportunity at all, or going for an international mobility program or for Erasmus. In the end, it is affecting your life in a dramatical way that you cannot and you don't even want to imagine. So that's a really big barrier. And for that, last year we started this initiative called the Barriers of Mobility, visa issues for non-European students, with ESN Turkey, and ESN UK helped us, ESN Armenia helped us, and many NOs, including ESN Italy, for example, promoted it. And in the end of this survey, we had 1,500 answers, and we analyzed the data. You can also see the poster in the poster gallery that ESN Turkey prepared, and Nancy is going to have a talk, I think, during tomorrow. I'm going to join it as well, about the visa problems that we are going through. And all these things are actually for suggesting us the future of the world, I will say, because right now I know it is in the hands of the policymakers, and it is really important to talk about these issues in such platforms like EGM. But at the same time, I know that if I can affect, or we can affect someone here, that will be a policymaker in future. Could be one of you, could be us, could be me, could be you, or even the current policymakers. I know that we can make a change, because financially it is really, really hard to do all these things. It's at least 100 euros to apply for a visa, and you may get rejected and never get the money back, so you have to reapply. For example, the president of ESN Turkey, current one, couldn't come here because she didn't get her visa. So these are really, really big problems that we are facing. Of course, we have suggestions in our policy paper, which you can see also on the poster gallery, such as where you can, maybe we can get fast-track visa, or like some kind of visa reimbursements for students that couldn't go, even for, ESN events or some kind of other program problems. So these are the things that I can say that I would like for non-EU students to change, so that we can have an equal opportunity with everyone else. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for all your efforts. From Turkey, we fly to the United Kingdom, so I come to you, Jude. The UK is implementing many new mobility programs, so maybe can you tell us a little bit more about these new programs and how we, from the room, can access them?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the first thing I was going to do is maybe provide a little bit of context. I think it's really important, because the UK situation is so unique, to kind of have that at the back of your mind when you're thinking about what opportunities exist now and maybe what opportunities don't exist. And one of those things is, obviously, we left the EU. In 2016, we voted to leave, and we then had a really long period of negotiations with the EU about what that would look like. On Christmas Eve 2021, we agreed what is now the Trade and Cooperation Agreement with the EU. What that said was that these are the things the UK can keep, these are the things you're going to lose. And one of those things was Erasmus+. And at that point, I think it's really important to caveat this with, that was a political decision. It had nothing to do with Remain or Leave. It doesn't have anything to do with Remain or Leave now. It was a decision the government made under the pretense that maybe we were putting more money into Erasmus Plus than we got out, which, I mean, is completely warped logic and a lie. And that's something that, luckily, the government, or new government, doesn't say anymore. So what do they replace this with? It is something called the Turing Scheme. And that's the kind of main one I'm going to focus on, but we also have TIFE, which is the Welsh Mobility Scheme, which, I mean, in one short word, is amazing. So I won't really focus on that one much. I'll focus on the more problematic ones. So they replaced it with Turing, which is about £110 million. They fund mobility every year. And when I was on the flight here, actually, I thought, I'm just going to sit. I forgot to download like a film on my phone. So I thought, I'm going to sit on my notebook and I'm just going to write down all the good things I can think of and all the bad things I can think of. And this is the thing about Turing. I think you'll hear a lot, no less from me, that it's imperfect. But there are still some things that are really good. And still some things I think a lot of us, when we're advocating for Erasmus Plus more generally, can look at Turing and think, actually, Turing does this better. The UK does this better. One of those things is the diversity of locations. So of the top 10 destinations in Turing, the majority are not in Europe. In the top 10, there's Fiji, which is absolutely crazy, that would be in top 10. And the greater ability, I think, of UK students particularly to go to English-speaking destinations, which is a really big pull. Inevitably, whilst they shouldn't be, I think a lot of UK students are quite scared of going abroad and having to speak a different language. So it enables you to go to places like Australia, like the US, like Canada, Singapore, Hong Kong, where English is spoken more widely. A big thing that I did want to highlight is that over half the participants are what we in the UK call disadvantaged students, what you might call students with fewer opportunities. So these are students who haven't had parents go to university or have an extremely low familial income. And this is a real positive and something that I think has been amazing to be amplified by the program itself. In terms of the bad stuff, I'll kind of cover that first before I get on to, I guess, what the kind of program means for people in this room necessarily. The application process is really bad for universities. It's really badly advertised because it's run in-house by the government. You have one-year funding cycles that lead to lots of issues around people having to kind of keep reapplying for funding. I know one university, King's College London, which is the university with the highest international population in the UK, they only received 20% of the funding they wanted from Turing. And that's an example of how it just simply doesn't work. So they're the big things. The one big thing, I guess, overarching all of this is that there's no incoming mobility. It simply doesn't fund people from the majority of people in this room to come to the UK and study, which, as far as ESN UK is concerned, as far as a lot of kind of mobility youth organisations in the UK are concerned, is an absolute travesty. So what needs to change? Obviously, you need funding cycles to change. You want that incoming mobility, at which point, I think from our perspective, all you're asking is for Erasmus Plus back. Yeah, all you're asking is for Erasmus Plus back. And I guess, whilst you might not, I mean, there are still students who can come to the UK on Erasmus Plus, just a lot less than there were in the first place. But when it comes to wanting, I guess, students from around Europe, around the world to come to the UK, and this is something that I really did want to highlight, is that despite Brexit, despite all the rhetoric we've had from our government, maybe not the current one, but more the last one, the UK is an incredibly international country. I'm very lucky to live in London, which is one of the most multicultural cities in the world, where international students, internationally minded people, ideas of intercultural competency are so welcomed and celebrated. And I think if it's one thing that I'd kind of like you to take away from what I'm saying, it's that if you have any experiences, be it you've studied in the UK and you'll kind of want to share what that was like, I can see Ricardo, head of the CT, nodding because he has. If you haven't been able to, if you're a policymaker, if you're from a university and you've had troubles, please come speak to me, come speak to ESN UK, because we want to highlight those stories, we want to amplify them, because, as I said, the UK is a welcoming place and an amazing place to live, to study, and I know all of ESN UK is so proud about that. It's just about making that a reality for students in the UK, students in Europe, and students anywhere in the world that want and deserve, really, to study in our amazing country.
Thank you so much, Jude. We've seen challenges, common challenges across countries, but maybe let's close this panel on a positive note. In front of you, you have a room of change makers. So if you could share with them a dream for the future of international mobility, what would it be? And I'm going to start with you, Silvia.
As I said, no particular advice, but continuing being curious, being open to the world. And for this reason, as we agreed in advance, it reminds me of a quote which is attributed to the famous Albert Einstein, who said, a man gifted like him, I have no special talents, I'm only passionately curious. So this is the wish for all of you, that you continue to be curious because you have got a great potential in you. Look what you have done. So be curious and discover the world and inspire other people like you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Jude, what would you say?
I feel like I've kind of spoiled my answer by what I finished with last time. But I think one thing that I would want to highlight is, I mean, over the last 3 years that I've been involved in ESN, the amount of friendship and community from people in this room, people who aren't in this room, that I've found has been amazing. And to have those opportunities and to be able to do that is a privilege. And as I said, the one thing there about the positives of Turing is the amount of students that wouldn't get opportunities to go on mobility that can do, because the government said, we want this to happen. And that's the power I think we have in this room, and we have to go to people, is to say that actually we need more people going on mobility, we need more people going on abroad because of what, like I said, those friendships, those connections, those kind of competencies it provides. And we need to find those people that for some reason don't think it's for them. And we're able to do that if we try hard enough and we work hard enough. And if it's one thing, I guess, you can take from the UK that might be a positive and you might be able to take away, it's reaching those people, and that's probably my wish, yeah.
Thank you. Very inspiring words from your colleagues at Gokai. How would you close the panel?
So, for me, I am wishing right now so much that I could just go off the stage and look into the eyes of everyone here. Because I know there are so many people that are being inspired by all these events going on and all the works that we are putting our efforts to. And I know that there are so many individuals feeling the fire that I, talked about in the very beginning in their hearts, And that fire, that little glimpse of the light is the thing that we should hold on to. So my dream is keeping the dream on, because if we didn't dream this EGM or all the EGMs that we have done or all the things that we are achieving all together, it wouldn't come true. So my friends, we have to dream, because everything started with a dream.
Thank you. What a great way to finish the panel. A big round of applause to our panelists, Gokai, Jude, Silvia. Thank you. Grazie mille. Thank you. Thank you. We spoke about dreams, and what better way than to be transported to the moon. The next moment is another cultural moment, and we will have the pleasure to see on stage the Luna Dance Center. Please welcome them on stage.
Run for them life. When I step into the jungle, say they wanna group up. They better move up, never gonna win a Royal Rumble. But when I come through, you know what I love to. I send shots for your team and leader. I make a witness decide to vacate. The war's getting sweet just like a Ribena. Yo, listen, you hear that? Killers in the jungle. Killers in the jungle. Killers in the jungle.
I'ma get mess up. El little mama, money long like a jaju, I'm not on show. It's your koto, kill it with the wine, get to me like a banjo, kilombo. Island girls, mainland girls, I'm in I go back to. Why they do me like wine, they do me like wine, they do me like that. You go jam moto, and you down go to. Baby, no go to do me like, no go to do me like, no go to do me like that. You do me like that. You go jam moto.
I want a little fire, now give me the light. I want a little fire, now give me the light. I want a little fire, now give me the light. Now give me the light.
Burn up the dance, 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 burn up the dance. 1, 2, 3, burn up the burn up the burn up the burn up the dance, burn up the
Take a walk with the full moon, roll button and zipped up. It's all kicking off soon. Better stay with a quick bruv. I don't know about your goons. Round there everything lift up. Whether it's draw, win or lose, none of my friend them give up.
Let's do it. Ain't come here to talk it out, let's get into it. Froze up now, he froze to death, he should've blew it. Told you you can't with us, he should've knew it.
Daddy, we came to start it. Bring the paper for the pressure, wrap them up like origami, yo. Daddy, we came to start it. It's pepper if they ever want a problem in this party, yo. Battle of the baddest, we at season. Battle of the baddest, only one of us are leaving.
Mi dici tu quando entra? Wow, what energy! We are missing one more moment at this opening conference, which is officially opening AGM Ancona 2025. And in order to do so, we have a trio of powerful women. I will not give spoilers, But every day, they act as role models. They continuously break the glass ceiling. They show us that, yes, we can organize the largest student-led event. Yes, we can lead the largest ESN country. And yes, we can lead 40,000 volunteers. They are Ava, Rita, Matilde. Let's start with that crazy, wonderful woman that had the wit to bring AGM here in Ancona. She's leading the group of volunteers that are behind the event. She's Ava Gazemi. Welcome to the stage. Welcome.
Wow. Hello, YesNers! Hello, family! After a year and a half of hard work, unforgettable moments, and shared passion, here we are, finally, at the Erasmus Generation Meeting Ancona 2025. I want to take a moment to share with you how this crazy idea began. But before all, I want to ask you, how many of you have ever organized a local event? Let me hear your voices. And the regional one. And the national one. And that's it. After the national platform that we, as YesN Ancona, organized in 2023, at the end of the event, we looked at each other, we looked at our group, we saw the energy, the creativity, the unique talents each of us brings as individuals, but also as a collective. One of the things that I love the most about us, about YesN and YesNer, is our amazing inability to stop. We are always looking to the next step, the next event, the next crazy shared idea, and the next dream. That was the moment that we said that now we want to organize the AGM. When I look at our amazing organizing committee, but also when I look at each of you, I see more than just a group of people coming together. I see more than an organization. I see a community of friends, a place where young people from different backgrounds unite to create something bigger than themselves. Look, that's crazy. Wow. A space where we don't just want to make the difference, making this world a little bit better. We make a difference by simply being together, supporting each other, and having fun along the way. At the start in the organizing committee, many of us were strangers, but through shared ideas, bold dreams, and countless hours of work, something magical happened. We didn't just organize an event. We built friendship. We built a family. I believe that the Erasmus Generation Meeting embodies everything YesN stands for. This event is a celebration of our values, of unity, collaboration, and shared vision for a better world. It's a reminder that when passionate young people come together with a common purpose, they have the power not only to transform their own life, but also to inspire change on a global scale. Together, we are the change makers. As I stand here today, looking at all of you, I want you to remember this. You are the future. You are the ones who will continue to create spaces for friendship, for new ideas, and for meaningful change. It doesn't matter where you come from or where you're headed. What matters is the passion, the heart, and the joy you bring to this journey. This is the power of volunteering. This is the power of youth. This is the power of Erasmus Student Network. So as you participate in this EGM, I encourage you to think about the connections you're making, the friendships you're forming, and the impact we can have in our communities. Every one of you has the power to inspire, to lead, and to make a difference. Keep believing in each other. Keep supporting each other. Let's continue to create not just events, but connections that go beyond borders. Let's continue to be that crazy family that welcomes everyone with open arms, no matter where they come from. Because when we come together, when we share our passion, our creativity, our energy, there's nothing we can't do. I really don't know what the next step will be. I'm not sure yet, but I do know one thing. Whatever it is, we'll take it together. For now, I hope each of you enjoyed this event and never stop dreaming, because today we are living the proof that dreams do come true. Enjoy the Erasmus Generation Meeting. Welcome to my city, and welcome to Ancona.
Standing ovation! Ava, we are proud of you. Thank you. Now we move to the national level. She is the president of the largest ESN country. ESN Italy delegation, are you there? Together with the new and old board, she has brought ESN Italy to new heights. For example, by winning the national recognition of Charlemagne. She is the president of ESN Italy. She is Matilde Quaglia. Matilde.
So, distinguished authorities and partners, dear volunteers and ESN friends, welcome to Italy! It is a true honor to stand before you today as the president of ESN Italy, and welcome to you to this incredible gathering, the Erasmus Generation Meeting Ancona 2025. This event, for us, represents much more than a conference. It is the manifestation of a shared vision, a celebration of mobility, and a testament of the power of youth engagement in shaping the future of Europe. We are here because we believe in the transformative impact of international experience, in the value of cultural exchange, and in the importance of standing together to advocate for a more inclusive and interconnected society. Hosting such an important event in Ancona is particularly meaningful. This city historically is a crossroads of cultures, embody the spirits of mobility and exchange that we, as the Erasmus generation, champions every day. Ancona is also the example that even in a small city, we can host such a big and meaningful event. At the same time, having the Erasmus Generation Meeting here in Italy holds a special significance. Italy has always been a country deeply committed to fostering international exchange and cooperation, and bringing this event to Italy reaffirms our dedication to strengthening these values, ensuring that mobility remains accessible and also inclusive and a driving force for the future of Europe. This is why I would like to thank you and thanks my colleagues and friends from the OC, The more than 70 volunteers from ESN Italy for their work, as well as the hundreds of volunteers from all over the network who have made the events possible, from the content team to the social media team to the international board. In such a significant and unique day, it is really important for me to thank also all the local, national, and international stakeholders that wanted to be here with us and wanted to support us in our mission of enriching society through international students. First of all, the European Commission, the ministries, the Italian National Agency Indire, the European University Alliances, universities, in particular the Università Politecnica delle Marche, and also Regione Marche and Comune di Ancona, and all the other youth organizations working in the field of internationalization. It is a true honor to have you here, and thank you for your commitment to fostering international education and cultural exchange among young people. As ESN, we have the responsibility that goes beyond our organization. We are the bridge between the students and the institution, the advocates for those who might not otherwise been heard. The challenges that students face are challenges that we must continue to address. And this event is a call to action. It is an invitation to engage, to contribute, to dream bigger, guiding the waves of change. We are extremely honored and proud that is going to take place in our city, in our country. So thank you all for being here in Ancona. Thanks for coming to Italy. Thanks for your commitment and for believing in the power of mobility. A really big, big welcome to all of you.
Thank you, Matilde. What a journey, eh? I must say, I am ready for my drink after the opening conference, but we have one last speech, and maybe it's the most special. She is helping us become a better network, a more united network, a more impactful network. What started as an association of one section 36 years ago is now present in 45 countries and expanding. So to officially open AGM Ancona 2025, our leader, our president, Ana Rita Diaz. Woo! Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Before I start, I really want for you to a really big round of applause to Martina. I think we all can agree that she did an amazing job today. Please give a round of applause to Martina for her work today. Thank you. Dear authorities and partners, organizing committee and content team, and dear Erasmus Network. It was exactly on the 5th of March that this journey officially started. Through a vote by the 45 countries representing the Erasmus Network, Ancona was chosen to be the host of this year's Erasmus Generation meeting. From the very first moment we interacted with this organizing committee and connected with this incredible group of volunteers, we knew that this event would not be completed with a vision for the future we wanted for AGM. So this OC actually was the one putting into practice the vision we shaped and last board shaped for the vision of this event. So with this, I want to ask a very big round of applause for the whole organizing committee of AGM Ancona for all the work that has been done for this event. Often, when we conceptualize ideas, and I know my board colleagues are there, we have a lot of crazy ideas sometimes, and we put them on paper, we envision something that might be difficult to achieve in first, second, or even the third edition. One thing about ESN volunteers is that we are incredibly impatient, and we always want the best outcome in the very first try. I was there when the first AGM was organized in 2022 as organizing committee of the events, and many elements of the strategy that shaped GM were initially not feasible. But every year I attend the GM, I see another goal from the regional plan being realized, bringing us closer to the perfect vision for the event, bring us here, right now in this moment, to AGM Ancona 2025. The journey that brought us here today is very similar to the journey that 1,000 international students do every semester as they embark on their mobility experience. Many of us here in this room, as already saw by many questions here, are former international students. And after living an amazing experience abroad, we decided to give back to our community and join ESN to make that possible. But things are changing, we can feel it. The world is shifting, Europe is shifting, and so the way also young people see the world is also changing. When I joined ESN in 2018, many of the discussions we have today were not yet a reality. They were much more shyer, less activist-oriented organization. And over the past years, young people have become much more active in the way that we advocate for our ideals. They have also developed an interest in a wider range of topics, and we also shifted the way that ESN thinks about these topics. But most importantly, we never lost our essence. We never lost the feeling to organize the very first event as volunteers, to make that very first international friends, to say goodbye to these friends when they return home, and to organize the very last event of the semester. This feeling never changed, and the goal that ESN to support international mobility will never change either. But we cannot deny that the world is changing, and we must continue to show the world that internationalization is essential for enriching and transforming lives. And it's also transforming the lives of all former participants in international mobility, and will continue to do so. There is no coincidence that the theme of this year at GM is empowering youth as a change maker of societies, because it's precisely through the empowerment that we can continue supporting international mobility, no matter the circumstances, by ensuring that former international students can bring change to public policy, to the Erasmus Plus program. We strengthen the impact of mobility. As we find ourselves in a crucial moment, I see that you saw the speech from the European Commission as well today. We are in a very crucial moment for the Erasmus Plus program. We are in the negotiations underway for the new cycle in 2027. ESN is very involved, as you know, through the Future is Erasmus initiative. We can never forget the importance of listening carefully to the perspectives of international students. And this is why the role of our local sections here present, not only here, but throughout the network, is extremely important and more important than ever. It's time, once again, to ask both former and current participants in the program to make a change and to empower them to ask for this change. The world is changing, but mobility and the perspectives of students on the way they see mobility is also transforming. The needs of students are different from the ones that I was at Erasmus. I was around 2017, so a long time ago. And today we see the profile of the students who are much more focused on well-being, professional development, and in their academic journey. This is why understanding the impact of initiatives such as the Union of Skills, the European University Alliances, and as well putting the European degree at the forefront will be extremely important for the future of international education. This is also why the fourth pillar of the Erasmus Plus program, and one of the pillars of this event, active participation, is so vital. If we want mobility to continue shaping lives, we must continue to make young people as the change makers of society and the future of the world we live in. However, to be true change makers, there is one true missing component. In the room today, we already heard from international students, ESN volunteers, and we have here, as you know, an amazing audience of our partners, whom we are grateful for their participation and support. But what is still missing? The full engagement of the local community. And thanks to tremendous support from both university and the municipality, we truly feel that this year, this is not an ESN event. This is an event from the whole city, and this is the first time this actually happens. As you know, this is an event that includes elements of the participation of local citizens and students, where they too can experience the feeling of belonging to something greater. And perhaps for some, it will be the beginning of a new journey, right here where they live. You know, I have a friend that is here in the audience, and many of you probably know her. She's called Nelly. She's our current project and policy officer. And a couple of years ago, when Nelly was an Erasmus student, so longer than me actually, Nelly was wandering the beautiful cities of Warsaw. She was an Erasmus student, and she was attending class in university. And she sees flags passing on the street, like typical, like today. And she was curious, and she and her Erasmus friends, they start to follow the flags. And she basically ends up joining, as an Erasmus student, the flag parade of AGM Warsaw 2016. After Nelly, when she returns to her home country, she joins ESN Bulgaria, where she holds multiple positions. And she's now working in our HQ. And as you can see, this is exactly the impact that an international event organized by ESN in the local community can have. And this is how basically people can discover what ESN is. You know, we are truly the lucky ones, because we have the chance and the privilege to experience what ESN means, and we are part of it. This event, in every way, like Ava mentions, embodies everything that CSN stands and supports. It also brings us a step closer to highlight the importance and recognize the invaluable work that all of you, our volunteers, do. The contributions you make deserve to be acknowledged, not just within ESN, but also in all the borders of the higher education. The work that you all do is nothing short of amazing. It's invincible. We are the Erasmus generation. Every day we reach society to national students, and every day we guide the wave of change. One wave at a time, one student at a time. With your problems to be the change makers of society from this day forward, it's my pleasure to officially open the Erasmus Generation meeting in Ancona 2025. Thank you so much. ESN, 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 ESN.